Yeah, good point. What's going on, investors? Des here from Investments. Today I want to bring you a video. I'm talking about a new DeFi gem that farming is about to start on, and that DeFi gem is Beta Pulsar, and farming is about to begin in 1 day. So before we begin, we always like to thank our Patreon supporters. So thank you to these fine folks here. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, the link is in the description below. And then we also want to promote the Discord channel. And we are a growing community, so make sure you join up, especially if you're interested in DeFi, because we are active in crypto and also active in chatting about DeFi now. So stop in there if you're looking for a good group of people to chat with about crypto. And let's get into Beta Pulsar. So the reason we are so pumped about this, and not just me, everyone in the Discord is pretty pumped about this too, because we all jumped in the first layer of this. So to understand this, I need to take you back. Beta Pulsar, this is currently the second layer of this farm. So I'm going to take you back to the first layer of the farm. So this is Pulsar Alpha. Typically with these farming coins, you're going to see the pre-sale pump up and then followed by a massive dump after farming begins. However, with the first layer of Pulsar, we didn't see that massive dump. In fact, there was a very high APR throughout this time period of about 2 to 3 days where you were just printing money and the price didn't dump. So what had happened is the dev had a big pool of money to start buying back and burning at strategic moments. So that wasn't the only deflationary mechanism. It's also had a very low emission rate per block, meaning that there wasn't a lot minted. So we were incredibly excited about this one just because the potential for printing money in the beginning here. If we can see another run like this where we are stable in price for a couple days while we have those high APRs, we are just printing money. I think in the last one, the Pulsar Alpha first layer, I was printing about like over $100 every 30 minutes. So it just kept racking up and racking up and racking up. Of course, with this, you always want to be cautious. You always want to be watching the charts, looking for dips to exit and enter back in. But we're hoping this does a similar move where you're going to see a very stable range of price. So I'm going to take you into a couple different things I wanted to cover about Beta Pulsar, and the first being this address. This address is owned by the devs of Pulsar, and they currently have $225,000 to buy back Beta Pulsar and burn tokens. And they have a good track record of doing such, as evidence in Alpha and evidence in this chart. To be honest, this dump in the price happened when Binance congestion was so severe that you couldn't even get a transaction through. He was trying to buy back, but it was too late and everyone was freaking out. So it really wasn't the dev's fault. That's another thing I want to talk about was the developer Knox. I mean, he's just been an absolute like DeFi gem. Like, you don't get a developer that good in any of these projects. I mean, he's good at communicating stuff. He's good at controlling the Telegram, which is always a shit show. Telegrams are always a shit show, and he does such a good job. I think when this panic was going on, he actually muted the chat, explained what was going on, and waited and said, hey, I want everyone to read this before we start the chat open up again. And it calmed everyone down, and he just ran it really well. So I got a lot of faith in him. You know, some of these projects you really got to worry about rug pulls. This one, I'm not worried about. He's got multiple audits on there. In fact, he's also got insurance with the rug doctor. So I'm not worried about that like you have to worry about with other projects where the devs could just run with your money. This ain't going to be that. That's the first thing I wanted to show you was this address where they're going to be buying back and burning. They already have started that process, but very slowly, as they haven't really needed to yet. That's going to happen more when farming begins. And one of the other deflationary mechanisms they had in the first layer of Pulsar was, at a certain point, they released NFTs. And what these NFTs did is they got you into the second layer. So if you were to purchase an NFT, you were to get coins of the next layer. So by buying one of these NFTs in the first layer, I was gifted coins of B-Pul, which is the second layer, Beta Pulsar. So I think it was for the Platinum Pulsar, you got 16 Beta Pulsars, which is the next layer. And what this did is it caused people to stop selling their harvested gains and potentially buy even more Pulsar. So I know I was in a situation where I didn't have just enough, so I had to buy a couple more Pulsar to purchase a Platinum NFT. Because, you know, like I said, when you're printing $100 every 30 minutes, you're gonna want to get in that next layer. You know what I mean? So we're really amped about this one. And then it looks like after reading up on this newer layer, they have another deflationary mechanism in this project, and this is going to be a game. So typically in projects like Panther, you see a lottery where that's a deflationary mechanism where they're actually burning some tokens, and some are going to a pool. This, however, is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a actual game, and I know their end goal is to have some sort of game. They're unsure what layer that'll come, if even more layers will be necessary, but they're trying to make this coin as stable as possible. So what this game looks like and why it's going to be deflationary is you will need to buy an NFT character using B-Pul, Beta Pulsar, and then on top of it, to do these missions, you're also going to need to pay Beta Pulsar. So that's 2 transactions you're going to have to make to play this game. Now you're asking, well, why would anyone want to play that if they got to spend their money? Well, they have a secondary coin that comes out in this layer, and it's called BNT. This BNT coin is going to be very, very low supply because there's not going to be any emission rate. It's basically you're going to earn it by playing and winning these games. That is going to be the only way you're going to be able to earn BNT. So it's going to be rare to begin with. And then on top of it, if you're going to stake BNT/beta, it's going to be one of the highest APRs you're going to have. So currently the farm for that isn't shown here. But I mean, if you look at some of these APRs, they're absolutely ridiculous. You're talking 431,000 for B-Pul/BNB LP. So BNT is not going to be farmed. The only way you're going to earn it is through the game. And there's going to be 4 missions, it looks like. And it's going to require your NFT character that you purchase with B-Pul to be a certain rarity to get into some of these. So for instance, this last mission, you're going to need a legendary character. Now, on top of that high APR for farming BNT and beta, which we would get paid in B-Pul, there's also a way to mint BNT. So if you complete enough missions without dying, your character can become legendary and start minting BNT as passive income. So this is going to be a very rare token, it looks like, in this ecosystem. And it's also going to be a deflationary mechanism. On top of it, if the price starts tanking and they need further stability, they also have the option to open up a new layer. And by doing this, they're going to open up NFT sales again for the next layer. What this does is it prolongs the lifespan of this project because now people are going to start buying these NFTs, which should stabilize the price towards the end of Beta Pul's life cycle. So it looks like the next layer would be called Gamma Layer if it's necessary. They're not sure if it's going to be necessary. They're hoping not. But that's always an option where they can open up NFT sales. Let's just take a look at the other deflationary mechanisms. Looks like they postponed NFT art sales because they're trying to get an NFT marketplace before they do that. So we already covered the Bounty Hunter game. There's a couple important little factors here. NFT character sales. A character will be necessary to complete missions and earn tokens. The price of the character is determined to be 1 beta, and each time the character is sold, we automatically burn 100% of the payments. Then it's the same for the Bounty Hunter missions. Each mission will have a different beta token cost to play, and each time a mission is played, we will automatically burn 100% of the payments. So right there, we're hoping that this game just prolongs the lifespan of the coin so that these people that are investing can continue to reap the rewards of these high APRs on the farm. And it looks like we see a typical structure here where you got 4% burn fee for staking in non-native pools and farms. 3/4 of the fees will be used for buybacks, and 1/4 will be sent to the devs for future projects and marketing. It's a very low rate for the devs to be getting, especially with how good they've done in the past project. Then there's also a transfer fee. This is, again, I believe, much like Panther project. Every time you buy, send, stake, or unstake beta and or bounty tokens, there's a 4% fee. 100% of the fees will be burned automatically. So lots of burning on all these mechanisms here to cause a deflationary pressure on this coin price. So like I was saying, farming begins in 1 day, 17 hours. Check out the site beta.pulsar.farm. You can get on their Telegram through here. You can check out their Twitter. Like I said, we're real excited about this project, and in fact we're hoping that the price starts to pump up beforehand. I know we're in a little bit of a negatively impact price market right now, so the costs of things like Binance are significantly low, and I don't think a lot of people are trying to take a lot of risks right now. But I still imagine that this coin is going to see a little bit of upswing before farming starts. And as long as it stays stable, we're going to be golden. So guys, that's what I got today. This is the DeFi gem I wanted to bring to your attention, and I wanted to do it where you still got enough time to get in. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited for Beta Pulsar. Let me know. Let me know if you have any DeFi gems you want to talk about, or any questions you may have. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, especially if you got this far in it. You kind of owe me. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Till next time, later.